again. It's really hard. See, me bend it. It's going back into shape. It's really springy. So we need to stop that from happening because I've got to make it round. Okay, quenching it again.
What's that bowl again?
Soda crystals and water and an acid-base solution.
What do the soda crystals do?
Neutralise the acid so I don't get fingers that start stinging.
Oh, okay.
Now, look.
Oh, it's all bendy.
Can bend it. So, another ring stick. I want to size Q. So what I'll do, I'm bending this with my fingers. I think my fingers might be quite strong. But I've got pliers here. But I've got a half rounded side and a flat side. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, one's rounded and one's flat.
That's so you can bend it using pliers like this.
Okay.
Without marking too much the inside. Because this silver's soft, so you can, as we call it, you can bruise it, you can mark it with steel tools. So at the moment it's sliced just above Q1/2, but that's okay. I've got to cut the ends off anyway. The ends are all rough. File this end up so that it's nice and square and it will be a good surface for a nice join. There we go. Now to finish bending it, I'm bending this bit here first, so that if I bend this bit here, when we get it to meet, it will be straight there and it'll be harder to bend because this bit will be in the way. You see? You can't get your pliers in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'll show you. It's just you can get around that, but might as well do this properly if it's going to be on YouTube. This next bit is a little bit of guesswork because you've got to take up a bit of slack that's going to be in there where it's not perfectly round. But it's better to be slightly bigger than smaller because we can always cut another bit out and still only have one join. Clean up the saw cut. Next bit is just manipulating it together so we get a nice tight join. You want it nice and tight because you want minimum solder. Solder shows. You can do anyway. Especially when it's filling holes. We don't want that.
So you use solder to join the two ends together, sort of thing?
Yeah. It's silver, but it's got alloys with it to make it melt at a slightly lower temperature than this silver.
Alloys are other metals, are they, mixed with silver?
Yeah, that's right. So there we go, we've got a nice tight join. Can't see daylight through it.
Through the join,
which is brilliant. There we go, I'm putting it in there and resting my ingot mould on top so that it doesn't move. Keeps it steady.
Okay.
Some more flux.
What's this for?
Not this type. This is a kind of type with water. It's like that, but ground up with a bit of water. This stops it oxidising and helps the solder flow a lot better. This is the silver solder we'll be using.
Oh, okay.
All I have to do is cut a little bit off.
Because you only need a little bit, is that why?
I only need a little bit. And I'm going to use my finger to stop it from flying everywhere. There we go, a little bit there.
Oh, it's tiny.
Place that on the join.
Can we see the join of it?
There we go.
Oh, we can't even see the join. It's been made that well.
I'm going to use a big flame. I use a tiny flame for most of my soldering.
Let me know if I'm in the way. Oh.
Look, I'm using the big one because it's a bit softer and hopefully it doesn't matter if we heat the whole thing, is one of the main points. But it shouldn't blow the solder around too much. It's a lot softer than the smaller flames where you have to turn up the volume to get it hot enough. And here we go. Now, if you can see the solder on the join, you see it's still in the shape of it that I cut it, a little bit of sheet metal.
Like a little square shape?
Like a little triangular shape, but yeah, it can be square. It's going to melt and it's going to go into a little ball before it melts into the join. Oh, it didn't do that, but it went into the join, so that's fine.
Why does that thing bang like that?
That's because I turned the oxygen off.
Oh, I see.
Right, now we have a soldered joint and it's soldered all the way through. If you get your join and it's only soldered halfway through, the trick is to turn the ring round and heat the other side gently. It will pull the solder through. Something called capillary action. There we go. Now to make it round.